Hi everyone, this is Savannah from ProMUA.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get this Madonna look from her new album M.D.N.A. and it's very sultry, super sexy, and hopefully you like it. So Madonna has a really natural brow in this look. I'm just going to use an angle brush and a little bit of MAC charcoal brown shadow and just fill in the brow, starting in the arch. Once you've filled in with your pencil or your shadow, you can pull the use that same spool and pull the hairs in the opposite direction and then brush them out again, just to make sure that it looks really nice and natural. Next I'm going to take an angled blush brush and I'm going to use Omega by MAC. It's this one here. It's just kind of like a taupe color, and I'm going to use it as a contour, so I'm actually going to use it in my cheeks. And you can make a fish face to find the perfect spot to put it, which is probably the easiest way to go. See where that angle is? We're going to go under there, so just pulling it through in that contour. See how it gives us that angled cheekbone? And you can use a little bit of that to contour just under the jawline as well, just to play with those shadows a little bit more. Using a blush brush, just a fluffy blush brush, not the angled one, we're going to use a really light blush. So she hardly has any blush on in this look at all, but I'm just going to put a little tiny bit just along the top of that contouring. So it's not going to go where we normally put it, where our natural blush would be. It's going to go just a little bit above that, just to give a little bit more color. And I'm using Max Cubic because it is the most light pigment that I have, but you can use any color. So moving on to eyes, I'm going to take a round fluffy brush like this one, and I'm going to use that same contouring color. So I'm going to use Omega by MAC, kind of that taupey color, if I can find it here of all my palettes. And I'm just going to use it along the inner corner of my eye, right along where my nose is. So you're going to see it go right from about there, right in the middle of your the bridge of your nose, and up towards your brow, and just underneath it. So you're going to go kind of towards your crease. So it's going to look a little bit like that. Right now anyway, we're going to blend it out. You can actually take that same Omega and bring it along the bridge of the nose a little bit. She does have it shaded along the center, but we're not going to leave it to be so dark. We do want it to be a party look. We want to be able to wear it out, and we don't want it to look like a Halloween costume. So we're actually going to take another fluffy brush. We'll take a 217 by MAC brush and really soften that whole thing up. So once you've got that all blended out like that, you can see that it's really changing the shape of my face. You want to kind of bring the contouring right along the edge, right to the under the tip, just because that's going to pull it too long. You don't want to stop here, otherwise it's going to look like you have a big bulbous nose, but you know, you don't. And you want to make sure that it's nice and smooth right under the tip. So making sure that it's blended down, you can actually use your finger to smooth it out as well. So the main thing that's going to keep this look from being a retro pinup girl to the M.D.N.A. Madonna's look is going to be the wingtip. So it's not going to be one of those flippy retro looks with the red lips. This is going to be a very angular kind of a modern take on it, but it's going to be super sexy, super hot, angled look. So what we're going to do is take a pencil, a black pencil. I'm using Gosh Velvet Touch Liner. You still want to make little tiny marks rather than one big line. You want to kind of dab it in. So right now we've just got it along the lash line, and then we're going to create our shape. So if you want to use, just tilt your head back and you can see it's almost like a straight line. We're going to use that as our straight line. And it doesn't have to be perfect with the pencil. We're going to be applying a powder over top of it. We are going to pull it right underneath on the lower lash line, so I'm going to hold my mirror up so I can take a look up and make sure that I get a nice clean application. And I'm just going to take it about 3/4 underneath. So once you get them to about the same shape, I forgot to mention that you do want it to be more angled towards the end of your at the end of your brow rather than out here. You want it to sweep up this way, but at the same time you want to keep that line angled straight that way whenever you're applying it. So rather than having this kind of thing, you're going here and down. So it really keeps it super angled. So I'm going to take an angled liner brush. I'm just using the 208 from MAC. It's just a fine point brush. Into matte black shadow, I'm using Carbon by MAC, and I'm just going to go along the same line as the pencil liner. And we can kind of go outside the lines a little bit just to make sure that it's a little bit smoky. We can soften the edges. Next I'm going to take a white eyeliner pencil and I'm going to line the waterline. Next goes on the mascara, and I'm using my Smashbox full exposure mascara, and I'm going to put the mascara on all over my lash and make sure that it's a really heavy coat. And then I'm going to I'm going to get a mark on my nose. Whoopsie. I'll clean that up in a sec. Then I'm going to train the hairs to kind of stick together and be swept along with that the eye makeup. I am going to put a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes as well. She's got them just straight down. And now to clean up my little mess, trusty Q-tip. Works like a charm. Gone. I'm just going to use a smudger brush, just a little short bristle brush, to soften the edges of my eyeliner a little bit. Next I'm going to moisturize my lips. I'm just going to use Kiehl's #1 lip balm, and there, you can kind of see it, I don't know. The lights are pretty bright. I'm just going to use a little touch of it because my lips are pretty dry from this cold that I've had. And just let that set for a second. Next I'm going to take a kind of berry red lip liner, and there will be a big gasp here right now. This one's Annabelle. It's actually number 250 Flame. I actually don't really like this lip color, but or this lip pencil, but it's the exact color that I want. So it's a little bit more of that pinky, reddy, raspberry color tone. And I'm going to start just with my Cupid's bow. And then on the bottom. So once you've got your lips carefully lined, you're going to color them in, and again, just really carefully so you don't go outside the lines. So once your lips are lined, you can use another lip color over top of it if you have the perfect color. I'm actually going to be using Gosh Jumbo Lip Gloss Pencil in Gypsy Red. It's got a little bit of that kind of peachy pinky red tone to it. For a final touch, I'm going to re-contour just from here to here a little bit darker, because we did do a softer blended version, but in the photo you'll actually see like a fairly angular line that goes right there. So I'm going to use a pencil brush, MAC 219 pencil brush, and it's just a fine point. And I'm going to take that same Omega eyeshadow and just contour from that same spot right at the bridge of the nose directly under the brow. For one last little step, we're going to take a fluffy brush and use a highlighter. So I'm just using a loose pigment powder in a pearly white, or you can use slightly yellow tone if you have something like that. And I'm just going to use it, oh there, my face is going red again. I'm just going to use it along the center of the bridge of my nose and a little light dusting on my forehead. And what that's going to do is just help to create that contoured line, as well as the darker part on the nose. It's going to create that highlight, almost cat-like shape of the face, and a little bit on the chin and a little bit above the lip, but mostly just down the center of the nose like that. And blend it with your fingertips. And then you are Madonna. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. You can add a false lash to this look if you want. Try to choose one that has really, really fine lashes on the inside corners and then really, really full on the outside, kind of pulling towards this, towards the outer corners, and that will be a great effect. So hopefully you like this look, and I'll see you soon in the world of YouTube. Bye.